Everyone, welcome to another episode of Midnight Chapters. How was your day? Hope it was great. So I found a novel on Yo-Yo app that I think would be a great read rather. Let me read you one chapter and then I'll let you decide if it's interesting. You can find it on the Yo-Yo app. It's titled Unscented rather. Okay, chapter 1. The first thing I smelled was her rotten whiskey breath, stale cigarette smoke, and the coppery tang of last night's blood. My mother's war cry shattered the morning glass. I dressed in the dark, fingers trembling as I fumbled with buttons, every creak of the floorboard a betrayal. She'd be waiting with a vodka bottle, her witch's eyes glowing like embers in the dim kitchen. She wasn't always a monster, not until I turned 13 and the moon tore through my skin. His fault, she'd scream, clawing at the air. My father, a wolf who'd effed her once, then vanished like smoke. Stupid cunt, she'd hiss. Couldn't even sense the beast in his pants. But she's useful. Her witchcraft masked my sense from the pack across the border. Their alpha is my mate. Wesley Baines, a goddamned football god with jawline sharp enough to cut glass. He doesn't know about the bond, and I'll keep it that way. His blue eyes are always on her. Page, amateur. His cheerleader puppets, perfect tits, perfect lie. My name is Emilia, a stupid name for a stupid girl, or at least that's what my mom told me. Once John Green wrote the book, the name skyrocketed. I was asked left and right if my mom was after her, never mind the fact that it was published way after I was born. I drove too fast and was too sarcastic to my teachers. It wasn't my fault they were stupid, but it was my fault I could never keep my mouth shut. It was just easier this way, easier to hide the bruises from my mom's hand, easier to hide the cuts by my own. That's another reason I can't get caught up in actually having a mate. He can't be in this. Having a drunk witch make your injuries even worse. I used to have friends, but once I shifted, she scared them all away. Let's say they had such vivid nightmares of me killing them. They cried for the longest time when they even saw me. The reason my mom despises my shifting so much is because it's another thing to remind her of him. He was her mate, but rejected her as soon as he effed her for someone of higher power. It broke my mom, and in turn, my mom broke me. I passed the mirror on my way out, a bruise forming on my jawbone, creeping its way up to my cheek. My mom always made sure to hit hard enough that even with my wolf's healing, it would be there for a while. I sighed as I got out of the house without any yelling, climbing onto my bike as I sped off to school. High school. In other words, hell. Widowbrook High was the most cliché reading school you would ever see. The wolves mingled with the humans nicely, but it was still obvious that the jocks made fun of the nerds, and the nerds quarreled from the jocks. I was the school's residential drug addict, even though I never actually took drugs. I guess because I smelled like alcohol a few times when I came to school, it went around I drank a lot. In reality, my mom crashed a bottle over my head and body, and I didn't have time to change. If I do manage was late to school, let's just say my mom gets worse at home. I pulled into the parking lot and signed, my eyes immediately darting to him. Wesley effing Jones. He doesn't even notice my stare. His blue eyes locked on the girl in his arms. Paige, Amota. Incredibly beautiful and incredibly kind. She wasn't the type to bitch at you for talking to Wesley. What is they were best friends as children, and if neither of them find their mates by the time they are 20, she'll become the loner. Fine by me, even though I still yearned for him. Well, if you would effing stop hiding, then maybe he'll accept you. I rolled my eyes at my wolf's voice. It was the same thing every time I saw him. Although she understood, his name was Alicia, and anytime we think of bringing him home, she grows and flips out. So guys, this is where I will stop for now. It's a long chapter and I don't want us to go too long tonight. Alright guys, thank you. Have a nice night, sweet dreams. See you same time tomorrow. Bye.